Hey guys, so for this discussion I chose to do the high school girls basketball team. I'm going to pretend that they're freshmen and I'm going to assume that they have little to no experience in the realm of plyometric training. In the written part of this discussion I have the specific exercises, sets, reps, rest, volume, intensity, all that kind of thing. Just for this video I'm just going to go over some coaching cues and proper form of the specific exercises that I selected for the girls basketball team to do. So first I have them doing just a little warm up. I have them jogging around the basketball court twice, so just a nice casual jog. When they come down, we'll have them meet at the baseline. They're going to power skip all the way down and back. So by a power skip, some people might refer to it as a regular skip, but I don't want this kind of lackadaisical movement. The leg that you're planting off with, I want that to be a full force push off, almost like a one-legged jump. And then the leg that's not planted, I want them to drive that knee up as high as they can. So it's going to be here, boom, just with a jump. And again, the arms are moving just like you would be if you're walking. Boom, right there. So again, explosive movement off the plant leg, high knee drive off the other leg. So here, boom, super high knee, explode up. That'll be the second warm up, and the third one will be doing dot drills. I don't have any dots, but what I mean by the dot drill is you would set up 4 dots in a square, and then you would have 1 dot in the middle. So obviously space the dots out so they're not super close. So there's 3 different dot exercises, dot drills that I would do. One, you would start at one end of the square with your feet in each corner. You would jump both feet to the middle dot, and then you would bring both feet to the other side of the square at those 2 dots, and then you would come back, do those a few times for time, and again I have all those all that information in the paper. The second one is I would have them start at the bottom left dot with both feet on that bottom left dot. They jump to the middle dot, top left dot, top right dot, middle dot, bottom right dot, then start back over at the bottom left dot, and they would keep repeating that sequence. The third one is going to be just like the first one, except at the end there's going to be a 180 jump. So again, feet separate, bring them together in the middle, bring them back out at the other end, and then from here you do a 180 twist, back to the middle, and you can keep repeating that. So those would be the 3 warm-up exercises that I have to prepare the athletes, prepare the girls for the plyometric training. So I chose 3 exercises. That'll be done for a few sets for the girls' plyometric exercising workout. So all the exercises I picked are fairly low intensity, just because, like I said earlier, they don't have a lot of experience, so they'd be in the beginner category. So you don't want to give them anything too strenuous, just so as to protect their joints. So the first one is going to be the 2 ankle hop. So first and foremost, the most important thing is that the main chunk of power comes from the ankles. So it's not going to be a squat jump, it's going to be all mostly in the ankles. One other thing before we start is when the athletes are jumping, we want them to focus on jumping vertically. We don't want them to jump horizontal, laterally, we want them just to jump straight vertical. So what I like to tell kids is when they're doing these, just try to land in the same exact spot that your feet took off from, and everything will be good from there. So to start this, we want the athletes to be in just a comfortable position, feet about shoulder width apart, and you're going to start the jump with a little counter movement. And for this one, the counter movement is just a little knee bend and a little bit of arm action back. So just a little knee bend, little arm action. That's how you're going to start this. From there, again, majority in the ankles. The legs are going to straighten. You're going to push off with your ankles, and we're going to repeat those jumps. So here's slight counter movement. We're here, boom, doing the ankle jump. So as you can tell, when I jump and come back down, I'm starting in that same position that I started in for the first rep. So each rep, I'm starting here, do that same counter movement jump, and then propel myself upwards. Again, it's important that when they land, you want them to try to jump as quick as they can after that. So over here, boom, jumping as quick as they can, trying to get as little time in contact with the ground as they can. So that's the first one. The second one would be the same exact thing. We're just going to work unilaterally, so we're just going to do single leg ankle hops. So this is going to be the same exact thing. We're just going to be doing it on one leg. And again, same kind of coaching cues for this one. You want them to focus on jumping vertically, not laterally or horizontally. And to start, you're going to have them do that slight counter movement. And then again, once they jump and you land back down, you're going to start in that same counter movement position and then keep repeating. You're going to go as quick as you can, again, trying to limit the amount of time that your foot is in contact with the ground. So we're here. Again, jumping nice and quick. Majority, you can see I kind of went to the left, try to have them stay in one spot. As you can tell, the majority of my movement and power is coming from my ankle joint, and that's exactly what we want. Two important things for those two exercises is that you can have the athletes use their arms for the jump, but I've found that when you do this, a lot of times, since you're doing quick jumps, that your arms have to be moving kind of quick, and it can confuse a lot of kids, and they can get kind of thrown off kilter when they have to move their arms. So you can coach that, but for me, I just like to do it since they're quick jumps, just to have their arms at their sides. But again, no right or wrong way, either way is right for there. And then the third and final exercise I would have them do would be a vertical jump with a reach. So I should go back. So the reason that I have them doing the 2-foot ankle hop is that, again, if you have a quick rebound, ball's being tipped up, you might have to jump twice really quick, or if you're trying to block a shot and the defender's pump faking, just that reaction time getting quickly back up there. And the reason for the single leg jumps is because a lot of times you'll be going up for a layup, jumping off that 1 foot, or you'll be chasing down a guy trying to block him, and you go off of 1 foot, try to block him. So those are the reasons for those, and again, they're kind of the lower key, lower intensity plyometrics, which is good for our girls that we'll be doing it for. Again, the last one, vertical jump with a reach. So the reason I chose this one is because in basketball, a big component of why you're jumping is to grab the ball, and grab a rebound. So with the vertical jump, you're jumping, and at the top, you're reaching for something and trying to grab it. So for this one, I'd have a partner standing on the block, holding a basketball, where the peak of your jump would be, so that way each time you can try to focus on grabbing that ball. So kind of same kind of coaching cues, a little different than before. You're going to have them start, again, comfortable position, feet shoulder width apart. For this one, the majority of the motion comes from the knees and the hips. So again, you don't have to focus on just moving the ankles. This is a whole lower body jump. So you're going to squat down for the first part of the movement. It's going to be a counter movement. So again, your arms are going to swing back. You're going to drop down nice and low into the squat, and from there, you're going to explode up, and you're going to reach so that when you're at the peak of your jump, your arms are as high as they can, extended over your head, and you're going to try to grab that object, which in this case is going to be a basketball. So same thing as the 2-foot and single leg hops. Once you drop down, reach up, and land, I want the athletes to be quick and then transition to get back up into the jump, spending as little time in between each jump on the ground as possible. So we're here, counter movement, jump and reach, regroup, jump and reach, and regroup. We're again staying as little time on the ground as we can. So those are the 3 plyometric moves that I have. And again, the last one is the same for the ankle hops. You want them to focus just moving vertically, kind of landing exactly where they took off. You don't want them moving, deviating from the spot that they started in. So that's kind of the common theme. Again, working vertical jumps because there's not a lot of times in a basketball game where basketball players are jumping horizontally. It's mostly vertical for shooting, rebounding, blocking, all that. So those are the 3 plyometric exercises. We did the warm-up. All my written stuff is in the discussion. Thanks for watching.